Hello there, beautiful souls. Welcome to Pieces of Intuition. Today I'm going to do a collective reading and to just convey any messages that you guys need to know at this current time. This is my first ever collective reading, especially done like this on YouTube. And you should know that I am still practicing on how to do it. So thank you for your patience. I will be using these decks. This is the Woodland Wardens, the Tarot of the Bees. This is my collection of charms, and also I have tea leaves cards, which I will use as a main theme of the reading. Usually the way I do my readings are I start with a channeled message where I just let myself feel the energy of the collective and then convey what I'm feeling and maybe what I'm seeing. I'm a very visual person, so I prefer to follow my intuition and the images that the cards or charms are giving me so I can connect them the best way possible and see the whole picture and the whole story of the reading. I don't know that many specific spreads that are mainstream, and I follow my own inner guidance of how to do my spreads and what each card will represent. Let's jump right into it. Okay, let's take a deep breath. And with this candle, when I lit it up, we invite only spirits and energies that mean the best for us, that want the best for us. Okay, so now the space is open. First, I want to let myself feel, wow. Okay. So first of all, this is my first collective reading ever. And I feel like this surge of energy inside my solar plexus, like a lot, like it's connecting to me. I'm also feeling like I have, as if I have tears in my eyes, but like tears that are behind my eyes, like I'm holding them to not let them out. Okay. So I feel like today we have a big collective with very strong energy, focused on the solar plexus. So I suppose we will be talking mostly about how we feel about ourselves and our inner power and how we express ourselves. We're going to talk about the sun. And at the moment, I'm getting this vision. I'm seeing this green field, like a park with a lot of green grass, where a group of several friends are having a picnic, and there is sun, there are children playing around. It's a very idealistic scene, very tranquil, very calming and relaxing, and it's filled with joy, and everybody has this yellowish glow around them. Okay, I have no idea why I'm seeing this. I just thought maybe it's good to say it in the start. I'm thinking of starting all of my readings like this with a short feel of the energy of the people who are connecting here. But since I am still practicing, since I'm still learning and I still have a lot to learn about how to do these things, first of all, thank you for being patient. And I'm going to do a simple reading today, probably concentrated on what I was talking about. Okay, so I'm going to start, have several decks here. I'm going to start with tea leaves. So this is my tea leaf deck. I'm sure you've seen it on other channels as well. As you know, it has a bunch of cards and it's quite hard to shuffle. Something I like to note is that wait, let me just reset. I'm a very visual person. So sometimes I go mostly by my intuition and what I see, that the cards are giving us information. Okay, so these cards, maybe you know, maybe you don't, are usually the 6 main themes of life that you can be asking about, like for example, money, business, career, marriage, love, anything that you can think of. I'm going to take one of these to show me the topic of today. Even though I think I already know the topic, it's something about our self-esteem. I think that's what you guys want to hear. And specifically about the eyes that I told you, it seems more like maybe there is some sadness or pressure. So yeah, I'm very interested to see how this plays out. So I'm just going to okay. So this is our topic for, okay, so we'll be talking about career. Career. This is literally like the total opposite of what I was seeing in my vision. You know, you still have the greenery and you still have like a surface on which you can put your stuff on, like you can do it on a picnic blanket, but you know, it's the opposite. It's very structured, it's very simplified and very restricted, you know, but what I saw is totally the opposite. Like you're carefree, you're having fun. So I feel like there's going to be something here about finding the balance between structure and carefree. Okay, let's get into some tarot. Today I'm going to be using the Bees Tarot. Let me just, yeah, this box is quite big, so I have several stuff here. Just another tarot. I also have, sorry if this makes a lot of sound, a lot of noise. These are my charms. Let me just put that here. Okay, reset. Let's see what we have in store today for, for our career. I feel like, you know, that pressure behind my eyes, which is like held up tears. It feels more like as if you're sitting behind a desk and you're working so hard, and you look outside of the window and you see the sun shining, people playing, dogs running around, and all of this fun and playful energy. And it's like you're being frustrated or under pressure because you literally want to be out there, you know? That's what I'm feeling. Okay, let's just do once more. And now we want to take 3 cards. They don't represent, you know, specific things like most 3 card spreads, like you, yourself, or whatever. They're just an overall message for you connected to your career. Okay, let's see what we get. The only thing that I accept is chronological order. Oops, sorry, this is too much. Yeah, sometimes this happens. I'm still learning to shuffle good. My God. Okay, this one came out. These ones are too much. This one came out. Need one more. Now it's interesting. Oh, sorry, I got distracted because this puzzle piece, I don't know if you see it. This puzzle piece turned around and it's books. I won't be surprised if we get the one specific card that I'm thinking about with the woman and she's reading a book and looking outside of the window. I'm trying to decide between several jars. Yes, the cups here are called jars. Okay, this one wants to come out. Okay, let's see what we have. We have the Wheel of Fortune. We have the Seventh of Pentacles. You see? Literally, oh my god, I'm sorry. But oh my god. This is I don't know what to. This is the Seven of Jars. This is exactly what I was talking about. The woman that is reading a book and looking. Okay, this is my first ever collective reading. And honestly, I really can't believe that this happens. Yeah. I mean, when I do readings for my friends and the people I love, this usually happens a lot. Like I'm thinking about something beforehand, but and then it comes out in the cards. Wow. Okay, so you see, I don't know if you see it. This is a puzzle piece with the thematic of a girl being in a library reading cozy books. So it's funny that when I was shuffling, like, super chaotically, this piece turned around, which reminded me of specifically this card here. So, yeah, I mean, this card, I'm going to start with this card for sure. This card for me has always meant like, yes, you do have a lot of choices to go from, in your path, specifically in your career. You're probably trying to decide between several things you want to, experience, maybe different titles, working with a different team. But also, this card is not only about having opportunities, it's also about living in a sense of an illusion or a dream. I always think of this card specifically, like, I always notice how she is looking outside the window. She's not focused on the book that she's reading, she's not focused on the jars here that she wants to, choose from. Her focus is totally elsewhere. Her mind is totally elsewhere. It's like she doesn't want to work as hard as before, her whole life to be engulfed by work, basically. She dreams of something that will make her feel alive, especially now when, the weather is getting better. I mean, in the northern hemisphere, it's spring, so, she doesn't want to sit behind this desk that much. So you also have the Wheel of Fortune here, which to me, it always has meant also a type of variety of opportunities, but in a more unstructured way, more distant way. So, this little image here reminds me of the circle that she is trying to decide between these jars here. And typically the Wheel of Fortune, because this is a major arcana and it's a 10, it means that an important cycle in your career's path is coming to a close. You have two sevens and you have a 10. So I suppose 7 is also an important number for you because you have two of them. But the 10 is usually an end of a cycle. The Wheel of Fortune represents, for example, the changes of the seasons, destiny, maybe even unexpected events. But honestly, from the channeling I did in the beginning of the reading, I'm thinking about the picnic that I was telling you about. I was imagining like a park, just exactly like this one, where you're sitting with your friends and you're enjoying life, and you have this playful and carefree energy. And to me, it feels like this woman, this is you, and you're feeling a bit stuck in your career at the moment. You want to have a change. You want something that makes you feel alive. You're not satisfied anymore with the opportunities that this job is giving you. And even though you're learning knowledge and skills, your heart, because jars or cups are usually about the feelings. Your heart is at a different space at the moment. You want something new, you want something different, something that will inspire you. And it's interesting to me how she or you is looking outside of this window to the nature, to the trees, to the bees, to the, and at the same time, in this direction, we have like this end goal, like this big garden with a lot of flowers and a lot of different people. And, it's like you are seeing the end of this period and you can already imagine what your outcome can be. You are seeing it. And then we have this card here, the Seven of Pentacles. The Seven of Pentacles is all about being satisfied with the results you have achieved. As you can see, this card is during the winter. If you're in the Northern Hemisphere, as you know, like season change, in winter, you have accumulated this, you've worked hard and you have tried to achieve as much fruit possible. So in spring, you can be able to enjoy what you've worked so hard for. Basically, for you to transfer yourself from this type of environment where you're so closed off between four walls and you're working too much, and to fill your heart with more joy, the first step you have to do is to appreciate what you've already built, what you've already accomplished, and to be satisfied and happy what you have done. And when you do this, and when maybe what you need to do, that's something that I like to do from time to time, is sit with your diary or journal or just piece of paper, or you can do it on your PC, of course. You can even do it outside. You can go out in nature, take a notebook or something, and write down everything that you've worked so hard to achieve and everything that you have already achieved. It's very important for you to be grateful to yourself and to your energy and to the universe for all of your achievements. That's super important. And only when you are in this grateful energy, you can appreciate the abundance you have, and you will be ready for something that is transcending more than the material world, because pentacles are about the physical material world, what we can touch. And at the moment you are in the need to feel something more, but first you have to appreciate what you have in this physical world, and then you will be open for the energy of the Wheel of Fortune, because something new is coming up for you, something unexpected, by the way. You will be surprised by it, but the whole idea of this is for you to experience more joy, more aliveness, and happiness. And honestly, maybe you should just go and do a picnic with your friends, especially if the weather is great where you are. I mean, I think this will be super helpful for you. And why not? You can even buy some flowers and put them next to your desk. This will totally change your environment where you're working. Having a plant or something alive around you while you're doing your work can also be very beneficial for you. So you don't get that distracted. You see, she is distracted because the window with the park and the flowers and nature is behind her. And maybe what you need is to have more nature in front of you. Okay, wow. That was awesome. About the books, I didn't address that. Books. Yeah, I think there is still something that you need to learn, but your heart is not into it anymore. Maybe you are in the middle of reading something. You're in the middle of studying. Maybe you are researching something. It's like that's why you're stuck. It's like you've worked so hard and you've reached like a dead end, where you're just studying and there is no progress of growth. And what I feel like Spirit is trying to tell is that you have to appreciate what you have already achieved. You don't need to accumulate more knowledge at this time of your life. You need to let go of the books and get your head out there and do like a revision of what you've already harvested. Yeah, that's so interesting. Wow. Okay, and now I want to get you one card of these Woodland Wardens, like a final advice for you, which I will again read intuitively, but I will also read you the book. Okay, we're set. Let me just move this around. Okay. And let's see, Spirit, what kind of message final do you have for our collective here? I just want to say that this is a collective reading, so you should take what resonates to you. Not everything will match everyone's circumstances. Some of you might be winter circumstance where you can't have a picnic, but if that's the case, what you gotta do is gather with your friends or maybe find a way to have more nature in your environment. It's important. Okay, so let's see, one final message for our collective today, for my first collective ever, actually. I'm so curious. Honestly, this card and this, I don't know what to say. That's just amazing. I think I see a card. I think this card wants to come out. Let me see if you see it well. No, of course you don't. Maybe what I can do is I can put them a bit like this. Yes, okay. Your final message is the eel and iris. Okay. This is about safety. Okay, I understand. So, I understand why you feel stuck and why you don't want to let yourself relax and enjoy the new season of life that is literally happening right now. It's a bit hard for you to let go of this period, but it's already at its end, basically. So this is a 42, which if you count it, it's a 6. It's not a 7. I was hoping you will get 3 sevens, like, in the jackpot. Anyway, so my first impression is that you're feeling stuck and you're afraid of letting go of this type of work that you're doing. because of your sense of security. This type of work with, the four walls around you, with the structure that we were talking about, is making you feel safe, like you're secure. You don't want to get out of your zone of comfort, and maybe this has occurred for a while now, actually, for you. But what Spirit is saying is that it's a new season. You should open yourself for it and let the energy fill you up, because there is something new blooming, like you see this iris here. Also, I want to mention that the eel, as you know, it doesn't say it's an electric eel, but for me, eels are all about electricity, magnetism, so it's like it's telling you, yes, safety is important, security is super important. And a way for you to easily transition to this new season is to just acknowledge the safety and the structure and the fruits that you have already built. And this will give you fulfillment that you have already security and safety in your life, and that you're totally capable and totally ready to move to the next stage, to the next season, But I'm going to read this for you because, as I said, I usually read intuitively when I see an image, and I try to connect images with, what I'm feeling and, all the cards that are available. And also this flower reminds me of this flower. So I suppose it is a good idea. Maybe you should get a new plant. Anyway, I'm going to read you this little note. Oh, wow, that was fast. I did open it fast. Okay, eels. I hope I pronounced it properly, because, English is not my native language. Anyway, eels are furtive creatures, often burying themselves in the murky depths. The idiom "slippery as an eel" refers to the eel's ability to escape harm. The iris is the tall, hardy flower from which the... Sorry, I got distracted because I saw outside of my window like this smoke, like something is burning. What? Okay. Anyway, I'm not going to... Yeah, that was interesting. Maybe it is important. Burning, something is burning, a smoke. Yeah, smoke, like, like you are engulfed like by a smoke and you don't see clearly. My reaction was, is something burning? That was my first reaction. And, that is actually super connected to safety. I was feeling like, am I in danger at the moment? But yeah, I mean, you see, it's like it's a false alarm. The smoke is not a fire, that you need to extinguish. It's just your reaction to it. Okay, anyway, the iris is the tall, hardy flower from which the fleur de lis, sorry, my French is not that good yet, a medieval symbol of power and victory, is derived. Together, the stealthy eel and the mighty iris indicate safety in our homes, relationships, and work. Okay, I think this is very good message. And since I don't take reversals yet, I will read only the upright meaning, which is now is a good time to establish healthy boundaries. If others take offense, do not fret over their reactions. Stand firm in your power like the iris. And then you have two questions that you should probably try to ask yourself and answer, maybe in your diary. What do I need in order to feel safe? How can I extend safety to others? Oh my God, yes. You see this woman, how she is interacting with the other person? This specific image here reminds me so much of this question. How can I extend safety to others? And the answer is literally here. When you feel satisfied, content, and grateful with what you've already established as safety and security for yourself and your family and your loved ones, that's only when you will be ready for this unexpected change. Because you see, if you stay in the in the hidden, like a eel in murky waters state in your four walls and in your books, maybe this unexpected change will be more chaotic for you and you won't enjoy it that much. So I think this also indicates your interaction with others, the way you transact in the material world. But it's funny that in this message here, we did have, where is it? Yeah, oh, it's still here. We did have the topics of safety in our homes, which reminds me of the smoke that I'm seeing and that worried me that maybe there's a fire, and work. So in any case, I will take out just a few charms for more information and I will end it with it. I will edit out the noise. Okay, so you did get, so this little flower here reminds me of the Ace of Cups, which is basically a new emotional beginning for you, like a new relationship, maybe even this unexpected because it fell on the Wheel of Fortune. Maybe this unexpected event, this new change that is coming for you will be connected to meeting someone new, maybe in a romantic way, maybe in a professional way, because we're talking about career, but it would be someone who would inspire you and show you that there is another way of doing things. This little dinosaur usually for me is about stability and about protection. Like you see these spikes that he has on his back. It's like a hedgehog, you know, he feels in danger, so he has his spikes perked up. I don't know if that's how you say it. But yeah, the idea is that he has hard skin and he reminds me a bit of the eel, by the way. But the thing is that this card fell here where you should be appreciating all your hard work and all your results and in a way share them with others, you know, and yeah, there is some protective energy here about this. The Little Englishman usually has several meanings for me. But what I'm seeing at the moment is that he's carrying an umbrella. And it reminds me just that London is quite a rainy place. So maybe you're currently in a more rainy season. You're in between winter and spring, like seasons, like energies, I mean, because not everybody is in the northern hemisphere and not everybody has the seasons that we have. But yeah, in this case, I feel like you're in a transitional period, and what Spirit is trying to tell you is to just appreciate where you are, to have a higher standpoint. Like the tower, the clock tower, it's like the clock represents that you're on the divine timing, you know, you are on the right path, it's the right time, you know, there is no such thing as you're being late or something. And it's like it's telling you that you should look at things from a higher perspective. Like you see, the Wheel of Fortune also reminds me of a clock, like the change of the time, the change of the seasons. You are right on track. That's what they're trying to tell you. And maybe if you're going out for a picnic, maybe you should also take an umbrella, just in case. And okay, with the EO and the safety, you have an A. I don't know if you see it. So the A can be an initial from a person, a company. It may be the first letter of the company that you work at, your own company. It can be your name. It can be the name of a business partner. It can be also the name of this person that is coming up in your life or this company, because the Ace of Cups can also represent, you know, a new relationship as a company. But yeah, in any case, whatever this is, this person is connected to your safety. It can be also something that is giving you a false sense of safety at the moment, because as we remember, this card here is about illusions. So you might have the illusion of feeling safety in this environment, but actually what will make you feel really secure from your core is to go through this process. Usually, by the way, when I read cards, I read from left to right, but in this case, I don't know why it happened like this. I'm reading right to left because she is looking in that way. Interesting. Yeah, and now I'm hearing the message that there is no such thing as directions and you should just follow your intuition. Okay, well, this was lovely. I think this was a great reading. Thank you so much for everybody that joined me and was so patient with me, because this is my first reading ever. If you enjoyed this, I will try to have more regular readings, because honestly, at the moment, I feel very charged with your guys' energy. You all have these positive vibes that I'm feeling. In the beginning, it was a bit intense because it was the first time I'm, connecting myself to so much energy. But yeah, I would love to, hang out with you guys more. And if you like this, of course, you can subscribe and like and leave a comment. I'm super curious to know if any of this resonated with any of you, in what way it resonated, if you have a person that you know with a name, what does 7 mean to you, because you have 2 sevens. In what way do you express your gratitude towards yourself? Because if you remember in the beginning, we were talking about the solar plexus. This is your connection with yourself and your self-esteem. How do you do this? How do you express gratitude and, for your own efforts? Yeah, I think that's it. Thank you, lovely people. That was amazing. And see you in the next one. I will close the session now. Goodbye.